Yeah. Oh, man. I bought some of those little roller things. I think they always say like Monterey and steak roll or something, or I forgot what the other one said. I picked 2 of the rolls. They are so good. I went into the 7-Eleven to get some pizza real quick because, I gotta start working. So I was just gonna throw anything into my mouth that would keep me working just fine. Because other than picking up my mail, I have some mail waiting, and I wanted to pick something up today by the end of the day, but other than doing that, I know it's just work to get caught up on how much I had to struggle to pay all this getting fixed, but then I got the miracle of that weird adjustment money from the Walmart, so like that made a difference, so I could calm down. No, but sorry, a God is like, there's a God screaming, SOS, the countries are going down. SOS, it's not going good for the countries right now. SOS, the countries. So I'm sitting here going, whoa, the hell are they going through? So, but anyway, and also sometimes you can get those little rollers out by yourself. That's like the second or third 7-Eleven that told me I could get the roller things out myself. I never try to get the roller things out because in the beginning, the 7-Eleven employee always gets the little burritos or rollers, or usually the 7-Eleven people get everything that's like hot behind those things and serve it to you. But that's like the second, third time where they said, actually, I could take these little tongs or whatever and grab the burritos that I want or whatever. I was like, oh, that's always nice when it's offered. I don't think I'll ever just think of it yet, though. I've spent too many times walking up to 7-Eleven to ask them for the things that I want that are hot. I think it takes a little time to get out of me where I will look for the tongs, but before automatically thinking that they get it and give it to you. Because I'm so used to 7-Elevens for a long time. If you wanted any of those things rolling around, you had to ask. And now you can get tongs and just make your own or get your own. It'll probably take me a few more times to realize, wait, Bonnie, stop. You can actually get your own out of here. Maybe look for the tongs. But I was on this video, or I'm making this video because a child of God is like, boy, that husband's on it. Well, some of these husbands live like across the world, and some of these husbands live very far away. So a lot of these husbands from far and wide around this planet, yeah, they freak out because I'm freaking out, I'm falling apart, I'm not doing well in my situation, and they're far away, and that just makes them more stressed out. But like a good man, they try to say, oh, it's okay, I mean, just tell me about the car. It's okay, just show me some video about how the car's doing. It's okay, just, let me reflect and check out the car. And check how much money you got, or tell me how much money you're making, so I can just make sure everything's gonna be fine. And that husband was stressed out. I pick at my ears and my nose. I always pick at my nose until it's sickening. I don't want mocos to fall out when I'm talking to somebody, and I get real weird about it. So I will pick at my nose till it's sickening, because because I just don't want one damn moco anywhere. And I will pick at my ears. I will pick at my ears till it would probably annoy somebody. I carry around Q-tips and more, like I carry around wipe, and I carry around toothpicks or Q-tips and more the way I carry around antibacteria stuff. I have sanitizer or antibacteria everywhere stuff. And I religiously will pick at my ears too, because I have holes. There are holes in my ear areas, and if it gets too much moisture, then I end up like little kids that have to get those surgeries about their ears. And we all know I can't really get through a surgery anymore. Before you resurrect, so before my death gets put together as a real God, this fake thing has a resemblance doctors can deal with. So until I'm an actual resurrected God, this thing will fool you unless you really pay attention. After resurrection, this thing is just a God connected, hiding a God thing. And it gets real not translatable among doctors and stuff. So you kind of got to take care of your own, fake fleshy problems, whatever. So I put those Q-tips in my ears like whenever I think of it, because I have a bad habit of liking water. I like to play in the water. I like to mess around in water. I love to take way too many showers, but usually that's for the hot water and my excessive pain or aching pain in death. So I've learned how to take hot water and mix it with my powers. So I don't just smoke God pot marijuana, and I don't just take a sleeping pill. I don't just do anything. I have to mix and lace it all in the power of God to help my death or help myself. So everything I eat or drink, everything I do is laced in the biggest, therapeutics to death ever known. So, I sit on memory foam and a really soft, comfy blanket. So I'm already sitting on memory foam and a really soft, comfy blanket. But when you are liquid screaming death, it's nothing. And you could say a memory foam, a big pile of memory foam and a nice, cuddly, soft blanket. Oh gosh, I'd almost want to look for a firm mattress. And yet, when you are screaming liquid death, that doesn't really work right anymore. 5 billion tons of the most comforted, 5 billion tons of the most, overly comfy, mushy-gushy comfiness is nothing. It's it's not good enough. So I have to lace and lace and lace the memory foam and the nice, soft, beautiful blanket with 5 billion tons of things just to survive screaming death all the time. Because screaming death is in a lot of pain and never really quite comfortable. So you put up with babying your death, or I put up with babying and babying my death. And I'm going over this in case you ever want to help your dead relatives. It's similar, but not as bad. I completely pack the chair with excessive, extreme, overloaded things out of my powers that sickeningly baby death that doesn't want to exist or do anything. All the gods make fun of me, and all the gods think it's so funny that I'm like the ultimate weirdo that can find one pea at the bottom of 5 billion mattresses. You know that stupid nursery rhyme. There's a nursery rhyme or something about kids or people, or maybe it's like a Rapunzel, or I don't remember. It's a story. I know they tell the story down here. And it's a story about how some lady was the princess and she could never be comfortable because no matter how many mattresses, she always knew there was a pea under the mattresses. And the gods make fun of me because I'm so sensitive and smart in pure death. So I am screaming death that doesn't exist anymore. And I have found out how to use that screaming death to kind of become a powerful machine shop that produces my actual intelligence and powers and abilities far, far, far beyond the broken, non-working death that I carry. It's a fascinating thing to gods right now because they don't totally understand it yet. Once they get the hang of it and replicate what I've done to be what I am, they'll find it fascinating and build a billion superheroes about it and stuff. But not yet. Right now, they're still very fascinated and cannot fathom how the heck I exist. Which is kind of fun to dumbfound my babies, the gods, and many gods they have created. Because it's just fun to see how dumbfounded people get about things they do not understand. Yeah, but I had a lot of fun. I went by my truckers yesterday. So I went by the truckers yesterday and I thought, well, I'm just gonna relax. Somebody was so nice to teach me that a really good hot toddy is a little bit of that Kahlua something and some milk. So a really wonderful, beautiful, really nice, good person said, I love hot toddies. And I was telling her, me too. And they don't have hot toddies out here. The only thing they had that was ever similar was called the Glog. And it was at Balboa Park during the holidays, and they call it Glog. But even the Glog, it tastes like overdone, warmed up weirdo wine or something now. Back when they made it right, it tasted like hot toddy. And those things are so nice when you want to go to sleep. It's so perfect. It's like a really little weird drink of a tiny bit of alcohol, but just the right like spices or good things for you. So it has like healthiness and a little shot of warm alcohol. And it's like a really nice glass of warm milk that helps you sleep. And they were so sweet because they're like, I swear, watch. This is just like a hot toddy to me at night, is this Kahlua stuff. And just the right amount of milk. And you can make the milk warm or however so you can feel all comfy, cozy, and have that wonderful feeling and just go to sleep. So I tried it, and it was nice. I was like, oh, this is a nice drink. This is a nice, good, comfy drink to just get settled and feel comfy and restful. But then I couldn't rest because my ankles just wanted to scream in pain, and my ankles wanted to scream in pain. And I was like, why do my ankles want to scream in pain? I'm not doing that bad right now. And I look up, and every enemy I have ever had was sitting on my death, trying to chew up my death. They don't want to die so badly. They were sitting on top of my powers and my death, just trying to break anything in my already broken liquid self, trying to find hope that they will not pay for what they've done by destroying me. And it was like, buddies, I understand that you're my enemies and it's time for you to die, not me anymore. But I've already resurrected. This is not even possible. You're just refusing to acknowledge my resurrection and my halo, which will bring you nothing but never-ending punishments. And you're trying to kill off death that already doesn't work, that already won. I'm sorry to my enemies, the bad powers that be, but you guys are becoming out of your minds in desperation because you're all so dead. The white throne judgment was going to get everybody. The white throne judgment was always going to make sure people end up exactly where they belong. And all these enemies that were just using their powers, and they were using their powers, they were using their omnipresence. They were just stuck in my death, hurting me, and they for some reason they could hurt my ankle and my heart the worst. And it was like, this is over. I'm sorry, buddies, you guys lost. In the world of a good God, we're just gonna say sorry, but good has to win, because bad will always try to make cancer kids. Bad will always try to make a bad future. Bad always wants things to go bad. But people murdered my death. My death as a God has been murdered. The death of a dead God, the murder of a dead God has existed down here. Which means unthinkable nightmares are now created. Every which way, good and bad. So all I can say is, hey, buddies, I won. Why? Because there's still a fight between good and bad. It's not going to end. This is like the real fight. When I was sacrificing, it was them just trying to get away with shit or win. After I resurrected, it's the real fight between good and bad. All you can do is say, hey, buddies, this isn't how you're going to win. You're going to have to regroup and figure this out. You guys are out of your minds. But I'll keep you guys posted.